Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world. This is the world of Wayne and welcome to a brand new week. We're going to start the week with Pack 2, the Agora Models release of Build the Leopard 2A6. Now, right off the cuff, we've got to clear something up from Pack 1. And if you haven't seen the Pack 1 video, I've got it up there. You can click on that link and that'll take you straight away to the Pack 1. Now, this is a gun. It's a cannon. It's not a turret. And the amount of emails that I had from people saying, why do I keep calling this a turret? Obviously, this whole section with this on is the turret. But this is the barrel, the gun, or the cannon. You all gave it other names. It's definitely not the turret. I blame watching far too much Red Dwarf when I was younger, when listeners trying to teach Crichton how to lie. If you've seen the program, you understand that reference. But this is a gun. It's a cannon. It's a barrel. We got that straight. Now, we're going to be doing Pack 2 today, which means we're going to be working more on the turret. Got it right that time. If you want to get this all the way from Pack 1, you could just follow the link down here to the Agora Models website, and then you can join me up to where we're up to at the moment. Let me just show you where we're up to at the moment. Now, we started to do these tracks that look like that. As a matter of fact, I think we've got 9 of these now. We've got that one as well. We've also got some spare pins for those, so we can actually start linking those together. And we managed to do this whole massive section here with these sides that come out like that. And we've got the hatch here that lifts up and we can revolve around. And that's what it looks like from the underneath. And this hatch here also opens just like that. The only other thing that we had, which we haven't actually installed yet, is this machine gun here. And this is actually metal. So it'd be good to mount that. I don't know if we're mounting that in this one, but we will find out. So, without further ado, let's get cracking. So we're going to start with Pack 9. We're going to be working on some more tracks in this one. And I'm going to show you how we're doing the tracks on the first pack, or this Pack 9 here. And then I'll probably just skip over it when we do this, because we're going to be doing this a hell of a lot of time throughout this build. And we've also got the base of the cannon, the gun, the barrel here, and we've also got an LED that's going to start lighting this up. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this surround for the LED, and it does sort of cone out into a larger section here. What we want to do is we want to feed this LED here through the larger section, just like this. So it comes out this side, pull it through, and then that will sit into that like that. Now we're going to be putting this end into the end of the barrel. I'm doing good today, aren't I? So we're going to feed that all the way in, and we want to feed that all the way down the length of the barrel here. So it comes out of the other side. Just like that, you see, it's just coming out. And then what we'll do is this end here, we're going to push into the end of the barrel here, like that. We're going to take the mount for the cannon here. That's going to go again the wire through this and this way up with this detail facing upwards. We're going to want to slide this over this section here, just like that. Now this is able to turn still. Not quite sure what way round it goes at the moment, so we'll just leave it as it is at the moment. But that's all there is to do with that stage. So we're going to put that just to one side, because now we're going to be making another 3 tracks. Now I got given for my birthday a tool from Gary Whitfield, otherwise as known as Koza on the channel, which is this lovely metal hammer here. And I'm going to use that, as well as, I mean, this does have different heads for it. It's got quite a heavy head to actually hammer these into place. I was going to use a press, but I think I'll have more control over using this, to be honest with you. So I'm going to use that. And following the picture, we want one piece of track here with the slanted side facing away from me. So when we put the second tab in, the easiest way to check orientation is you've got little dots on there. Just make sure they face the same direction as the dots that we've got on the previous one there. Then we're going to put a pin in. Now the flat side of the pin faces upwards. So when we put this in, it's going to go in this way. Now this is the hardest bit, I'm not going to lie to you. You got to push it through and then hope it catches the tab that we've got in the middle there. This ain't easy. Let's see how we get on. I might have to do a cut here. Oh no, we've got that through. That's excellent. And then the fun part, We're going to put the tab on the other side, again making sure the orientation's the right way round, so the flat side's facing upwards. Put the pins into here, and then using this hammer, put that into place. So it should fit quite flush in there. And there we go, that's 2 together. We're just going to repeat that for the third one. And there we go, that's 3 in. That's all there is to do in that stage. Now stage 10 here, we're going to be working on the electrics, which are going to be part of the recall mechanism of the cannon. And we do have some electrics here. We're going to be attaching this then to the barrel here, and all we're going to do is, as you can see, we've got a slot down the bottom there which is going to take this wire. We're conscious of this hole on top because we want that hole to match the hole on the top of this section here. So I'm going to channel the wire through that gap so it goes in there, no problems at all. And then I'm going to secure this and hold it in place with a silver HP screw. So I've got that here. I'm just going to start that in the hole. And then screw that all the way so that the screw is flat in there. And that's going to hold on all by itself there. Then with this mount section here, we can actually now just push that, goes around this way. It can only go in one way, and then it lines up these holes either side here. And in here we're going to be putting some CP screws. They're black screws, they look just like that. So one in this side, and that's tight. And then just one in the other side there. Excellent. And then finally all we've got to do left is these washers. We're just going to push over these sections here. So that's one in that side, turn it over, one in that side, and that is all there is to do in that stage. We do have a spring left over. That's going to be used in the next stage. Okay, in stage 11, we're going to be working more on the turret now, and as you can see, we're going to be making some more tracks. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to be taking this large piece of bodywork here, piece of armour, and we have got an LED, which I'm just going to untangle because we need to put the LED into place. That's just going to sit into this channel right here. So it's going to be sitting in there just like that. Now that's going to be held into place by this tiny panel, which looks like that, with the little flat opening there pointing towards the LED. It's just going to go just like so. So as you can see the LED from this side, and that's how it's sitting in from this side. That's going to be held in with 2 tiny silver screws. These come in the same pack as that panel. So here's the first one, and here's the second one. So that LED's going nowhere. Now we've got an enclosure for that, which is going to go onto this section here, and it's going to be hinged, so this can actually move like that. Now to do that, we've got a couple of pins. Now these pins have a rough side and a smooth side. When we put it in, we want to put it in with a smooth side first. So we'll do this side here first. So the wire is going to be on top of this section. We feed the pin through this edge, then make sure it lines up on the other side here with the little hinge, and we're going to be pushing that into place. So it's best to use something with a flat edge. I'll use my duck nose pliers there, as you can see, so it fits flush on that section, and we've done the hinge for that. Then we've got a smaller pin which we're going to do exactly the same thing for. This is a tiny tiny pin, and that's just going to go into the other side here. So line it up, get both points together just like that, and use a flat side just to push that in. Excellent. And then, as you can see, we have now got a hinged part there. Now we've got another piece of armour just to go onto these lugs here. It goes on this way and fits over the top. So it's mirroring what we've got on this side here. That's going to be held in by 2 IP screws. Now the IP screws are flanged, as you can see. So here's the first one. Excellent. And the second. And that's in all good there. Now we can put this to one side, and we want to bring over this massive section that we've been working on before, turn it upside down so it looks like that. Now we're interested in this section just here, because what we're going to do, we've got a spring from the last stage. We're just going to be putting that over the top like that, and we're going to be putting the barrel in just over this section here. Now in the instructions it does show there's a unit that goes in here. We haven't put any of those units in, and I guess that's going to go in later, but I'm going to follow the instructions up to this point. It basically goes in where these open holes here are just going to go into this section here. So it's going to sort of sit on top at the moment, a bit like that. But these parts here and here are going to be fitting into the sort of bridges on this section here. So the spring is going to want to throw it off in all directions, but to keep that into place, we've got these little tabs here, and they're going to be held in with CP screws. So lining everything up and pushing it down, which is a lot trickier than it seems. I'm going to put one of the tabs in and screw that up. Then, while I'm still pushing it down, I'm going to do the other side and just put one screw in there for the minute. That should hold that into place, hopefully. Excellent. And then I can put the CP screws in just the other side here. So that spring load there means that we've now got this sort of technique going on here. Remember, in the instructions they have got a box here which hasn't been installed yet. We're going to be installing that later, but we can put that to one side. Looking good, that is, because guess what we're going to be doing? That's right, building another 3 tracks. So I'll do that now, show you what that looks like. You know what, that's another 3 done, and I'm getting a lot more proficient at that. That didn't take half as long this time. What they want us to do now is just basically piece together everything that we've done up to now. So we've got these going in here, these will be going in here, and this one's going to be going in this side here. So I'm going to put 1, 2, 3 lots of pins through this, and I've got all of those here. So once again, exactly like we've been doing before, I'll put these 2 together first. A little tab in the inside there, grab a pin, make sure it's the right way round, feed that through the holes at the side there, push these together so that then this can slide through both of those pieces there. Just like that. See, I'm getting more proficient at this. Make sure when we put these in, we're putting them in the right way, the tab. So this is going to go in here, just like that, facing upwards. Going to use this brilliant hammer. Gary Whitfield, I'll tell you, this is ingenious. A lot more control over it, as you can see. And now we've got it running like that, with all of these in the same direction. And we're going to do the same with just these other 3 here. And there you go. That's all of that track completed and together. And that's all there is to do in that stage. Now stage 12, as you can see, before I even open the pack, we got more electrics here. So I'll get all of these out. And funny enough, they just want us to show you them. As you can see here, look pretty good, don't they? Put them to one side, because we don't actually do anything with them. That was stage 12. we're going to actually work on those in stage 15, so we can just keep them to one side for now. So stage 13, more tracks to do, so I'll put that to one side, but we do have some details for the turret section here, and we do have some CM screws as well. So I'm going to bring over the turret section here, just like that, because these are going to be going onto the sides now. On this side here, which is the left side, you can see we've got all these holes in the side here. We're going to be actually mounting that with this lug here into these holes here. So this is going to go on kind of like that. And they're going to be held in, apart from the lugs there, with 2 CM screws each side. So here's the first one. And that's got in absolutely perfect. I was wondering whether I'd need to dip that in a little bit of oil, but no, it's gone in absolutely perfect. Here's the second one. And there we go. I'm going to show you on the top camera. That's what it looks like when that's in. We're going to do exactly the same thing, just on the other side here. And that is the other side done there. So as you can see on the side camera, God, this thing's big. They're both in. Put that to one side, and just like we're going to be doing this a lot, you know, we're going to be creating another 3 tracks. And that's another 3 done, and that's all there is to do in that stage. Now in stage 14, we're doing the back section of the turret. And once again, we've got some more tracks to do. So bringing over this absolutely massive section here, you'll see that we've got some holes just down the bottom on this section. We've got a little detail to go in, which looks like that. And that's just going to fit into the lugs in the middle here. So just push that in. We then got to take one of these platforms, and we're looking for the one which has got D3 on it. And as you can see, we've got some holes for a little detail there. This is that detail, looking like that. And this is going to go into those holes with the 2 tabs at the top there, just pointing upwards. So if I just push this in, show you what this looks like. Excellent. It should look like that when it's on. So we don't actually attach these to anything yet, so we can put them to one side, because guess what we're going to be doing now? Surprise, surprise, we're going to be making another track. So come back to me when this is built. And as if by magic, there you go. That's another 3 completed. Now stage 15, we've got some parts in here, including, once again, some more track to build. And we've got some little parts here, but we are going to be using some of the parts that we had from the previous stage. So the first thing we're going to do is going to take this section looking like that, and then this disc for the bottom. It's going to go in this way with these points pointing down. And there is a little notch here. So that notch there needs to match up with the notch just on the side here. And then push that into place. And then it's going to be held in on this side with a CP screw. So I've got one of them here. Put that down the bottom, and that's going to hold those 2 bits together. Then on top of that, we've got this box section here. We want to make sure this is put in the right way, so the back section here is going to match these 2 lines that we've got on that disc. So it's going to go in this way. Then this is just a clip in. So that looks like that now. Now on this section, we're going to be putting this panel like this. It's going to go this way up, and the open section here is going to be towards the back of the section we just put in. So it's going to go in kind of like that. But there you go. That's that section in there, and that's going to be once again held in with a CP screw. Just through the bottom here. Make sure that one's nice and tight. Excellent. So now it's looking like that. There is a little window in there, as you can see. And then this section is just going to fit into the 2 holes here. It can only go in one way because it's actually shaped. So you're just going to put it in sort of where it goes. And it's going to be screwed from the other side with CP screws. And that's into these 2 holes here. So that's one. And I'll just do the other one here too. You know what, there's still a lot to do, and I had to turn the fan on because it's must be about 40 degrees in here under the studio lights. Really hot in the UK at the moment. But anyway, let's continue. We want to bring over the turret section again, looking like that. And in this section here, we want to put this platform. Now it's going to go over these 4 points with these points up. So it's going to fit in like that. It's going to be held in with 4 EP screws. So I've got them here. So that's the first one. Just do the other 3. And there you go. That's that platform in. And then on top of that platform, we've got the motor that we had from the previous issue. That's just going to go into the sections here. Now, this doesn't actually engage with the gun. It looks like it should, but it doesn't actually at this time. This is just going to go in here like that. To me, it looks like we've got something that's going to be at the back of this gun going into there. But for now, we'll put this into place like that. Once again, that's going to be held in with 3 EP screws. One at the back there. And then just the 2 at the sides. And that's what that section's looking like there. Nothing's changed on the front there. As I said, everything's still working fine there. We can put this to one side because we need to make a track. But you'll be pleased to know I've already done it, because look, here's one I made earlier. So now we have got 3. But that's all there is to do in that stage. So the last stage is stage 16 in pack 2. Get all of these parts out. Once again, we're doing some more details on the turret section. So to start that, we're going to take this section here, and we've got 2 of these which are going to go in this side like this. So I'm going to lay it tight, put one in. Oh, they are quite tough. There are lugs to line them up, but we are going to be holding them in with screws from the back as well. They're going to be held in with CP screws. It's a real novel way that Agora Models are doing the instructions for this one. These are wordless instructions. Now, do I like it? I actually do. I never actually read the words, probably why I make so many mistakes, but they're so detailed in this that I don't think you're going to have a problem. But there you go. That looks like that. Now this section, let's move this out of the way and bring back over the turret, is just going onto this back section here, this way round. So it's going to be like this. Just push that into place there. So it fits over that and completes that back section. And that's going to be held in with JP screws. Now these are flanged screws. So they look like that. One in there. And one just in the other side over here. Excellent. Now that's installed. So that looks just like that. Now we've got some tiny hinge details here, which got lugs in them, and they're just going to go to either side that we can see the small holes here. So it's probably best if I push one in and show you what it looks like. And it's probably best to show you on the side camera, but they look like that, and they are just pushed to fit. We've got another detail here now to put in, which looks like that. That's just going to go into this open section here. Once again, we're pushing these lugs here into the holes at the bottom. Probably help to use tweezers for this. And it is directional. But there you go, that's in, and it should hold itself. That's how you'll know that's all the way in. And then we turn that upside down, because we're now going to shield this whole section here with this plate, which is just going to go over the top like this. So it fits flush in there. And that's going to be held in with EP screws. I apologise if you can hear dogs barking, but I do have to have the door open, because at the moment it's still morning here and it's about 40 degrees in here. You can imagine what this afternoon is going to be like. Us British, hey, we do obsess about the weather. Very much aware of that. And there we go, that's the last one in there, and that's that plate on. And as for the turret section for this stage, that's all there is to do on the turret. Now we do have some pieces left over, which we haven't got to do anything with at the moment, which just are these platforms here. So I'm going to put that to one side, because guess what we've got to build now? Oh, I almost forgot, we also have this section here, which we haven't got to do anything with yet. But yeah, guess what we've got to do now? We've got to make another set of tracks, but lucky for me, here's one I made earlier. I love that, which means we now have 4 tracks. And what we're going to do is we're just going to piece all of these together with 1, 2, 3, other way around, making sure all these dots are the same way, pins. And there you go, that's them done. So as for tracks, basically we've got 2 lots of tracks now, looking like that. Hasn't asked us to join these 2 together, so I'm not going to, but I put that to one side. We do have the machine gun still, which we haven't done anything with up to yet, so that can go to one side. We've got these plates here, which came in this pack, but we don't do anything with, so they can go to one side. We've then got this section here with the hinge and the LED in, which we don't do anything with, so we can keep that there. And then finally, we've done this almighty turret here, looking like that, and put the motors and electrics in it. But that's all there is to do in that pack. It's big, isn't it? Look, check that out. And it blends in with my diddly squat farm shirt. Enjoyed myself at the weekend there. Listen, if you want to get this for yourself, I'll put the link down here to the Agora Models website. You can get this all the way from pack 1. You know what? Those tracks, these ones here, I actually thought it's going to be a nightmare for the build, but I don't know what it is, but the more I do them, the quicker I seem to be getting at them. So I'm hoping that's the same for you if you are building along with me. But I really do hope you liked that video. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed already, please remember to subscribe. Other than that, take care.